Hi, Orange Girl here with another scrapbooking process video for you. I am working with the February 2018 Hip Kit Club kits and this great sketch by Tanya. I am going to use two photos instead of one, and I'm going to use hearts where those stars are. And for that triangle there, I decided I would use this paper that you can see behind it. And that's pretty much all I know. So I think I'm going to use that paper, and then I'm trying to decide if I want to use a pattern. For a minute I thought I might use that paper, but then I decided not to. Okay, so now I picked out like two of the sections that I liked most, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go ahead and put this on white cardstock, if I was going to use a colored, like that pattern paper that you see there that's green, or if I was going to use the pattern paper that I end up using, which comes from, it's a Pink Fresh, one of the Pink Fresh Studio papers, and it's a B side, and that's what I end up using. It's this one right here. So at the beginning here, I kind of sped it up because I was just really kind of putting things down, trying things out, toying with even different papers, just kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Even though I had the basic idea of what I wanted, I wasn't sure exactly which papers I was going to use other than that Pink Fresh paper right there that looks kind of like a quilt, for lack of a better word. So anyway, so I end up deciding on this, and then I just start throwing some hearts on. I had just, before I started filming, I grabbed in the die cut pack, I just grabbed a bunch of the hearts that were in that, and then I thought I was going to go through and fussy cut some of those flowers out, and I don't end up doing that. And so I'm just going to start kind of putting some, right now I'm thinking about alphas. I already know what I want my title to say, but I was trying to decide which. We got so many different alphas in the kits this time that I was just trying to decide which alphas I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do two alphas, but I wasn't sure which ones. So now I'm back to finding hearts. And so I grabbed that wood heart, that is a wood veneer heart that's painted. And I believe that is from Pink Fresh Studio. I'm trying to think. And then I decide I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing some stuff down. So I grabbed a bunch of hearts, but I know that this is where that's going to go, so I might as well, so I can start gluing down the hearts as I go, I thought I might as well get the background ready. So I don't end up using any mixed media on this layout. This is like my second in a row, I think, that I haven't used mixed media, but I know my next couple I will be using a lot. So okay, so I decided, so one of these photos are photos of my daughter and I a week ago, a little over a week ago, we made slime for her Valentine's gifts for her class. And so my title is going to be My ValenSLIME, because the top of each of the containers said Be My ValenSLIME, which I thought was really cute. And I got that idea actually from another scrapbooker. She had posted a free printable. And so I was like, oh, well, I have to do this. My daughter's been dying to make slime. Like, she begs me to make slime. And we just haven't done it. And so on this day, I thought, you know what, we have time, and more importantly, she really wants to do it, and it's a cute idea, so let's just do it. Kind of kill two birds with one stone. She gets to make slime, and we get her Valentine's out of the way. So this was a couple days before Valentine's Day. And so the two pictures, one is of her not looking at the camera, and she's kind of, she's intensely working on stirring the ingredients. And then the other one is the one that I popped up off the page a little bit with some, just some foam, craft foam. So I want, that one's going to overlap the other one a little bit. So I wanted to pop that up off the page and make it stand out a little bit more, because that one I said, hey, look at me. And she looked and smiled, and I took the photo. It's still a pretty candid photo, but I did, you know, at least have her look up so that I could get a good one. So once I get this title, I decided to use these. I think these are from Paige Taylor Evans' collection. I'm pretty sure, and they're foam thickers, and there's white and there's navy, and I use the white. Now here I'm trying to decide if I want to replace that with the green, but I end up sticking with the white. And then I just go back and forth, and I keep looking for different kinds of hearts, basically. The Our assignment this week was to love and hearts is what it was. So I decided I would actually go overboard with the hearts a little bit and just make it even more than what the stars were on the sketch. I thought I would just go ahead and do as many hearts as I could and make it still look good. So that's what I went with, and I think it turned out pretty well. So I used these leatherette stickers. I love them. They're like fake leather, and they're the hearts that are to the left there of my photos right above the word slime. And then also there's a little leatherette phrase that says you heart me, or you and me with a heart on it. And I used that because it was just the two of us. We were home together. Daddy was at work, and we made these. Almost all of them were done before he got home. So we it was just kind of a fun mother-daughter moment that we got to share the afternoon. We went shopping for the materials and got them, and came home and made them, and made batch after batch, because the recipe that we used basically filled 2 4-ounce jars, and we filled like 22 4-ounce jars, so we made that quite a few times, and she did a lot of it herself. So anyway, so there is a close-up in the pictures of what that leatherette looks like. It really does look like leather. It's kind of cool. So right here, I'm just going through, and I am grabbing all of the hearts. So I have used some die-cut hearts. I've used some wood veneer hearts. I've used some puffy sticker hearts. They're shiny, and they're kind of hard to photograph, so those are kind of hard to see when in some of the photos you'll be able to see them a little bit better, though. Then let's see, what else is there? I think there were just some regular stickers too that I used that were on a sticker sheet. And so there were 2 kinds of puffy heart stickers. One of them were just regular puffy stickers by Pink Fresh. And then another set was they were also puffy stickers, but they were shiny epoxy, I think is what they called them, epoxy stickers or something like that. And so it was just kind of neat to have all the different textures on there, which is another reason that I didn't do mixed media or add any stitching to my page, because I thought, you know, it really already has a lot of different looks about it, different textures, and so I thought I'm not even gonna bother doing that other stuff, because I think it would almost just take away from the photographs and the story, which is what's most important to me anyway. So now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to use to back the photo. I thought the one that I really wanted to stand out the most, I thought I would back that with a little bit of pattern paper, and I think I also put some tissue paper behind it to even soften it a little bit more. And I toyed with the idea of putting some behind the other photo, but I don't end up doing that. So let's see here. Then I do some journaling on this one, but I use strips. I just typed it up on my typewriter. Actually, I think I did it on my computer and printed it out, but I use a typewriter font. And then I cut them up, and I'll put them underneath the title there. Right now I'm off camera, and I'm just looking through I have the papers there right beside me, but I was just trying to decide if I wanted another pattern paper, if I just wanted to go with some tissue paper. And I end up going with the tissue paper mainly because I've already have so many different patterns going on here. There's stripes. There's a lot of stripes, which is cool, but there's also like diamonds kind of, and then stripes that are squiggly going one way, and stripes that are pretty, I don't know, regular stripes, more even stripes, going the opposite way, like going diagonal. So there's just lots. There's a grid, heart, and there's just lots of different. So then I pulled these out. Oh, these are chipboard hearts. I forgot to mention I use chipboard hearts too. These are from the Paige Taylor Evans collection, and they're teeny tiny hearts, and I thought I needed some little ones. So I pulled some of them that kind of matched my color scheme here. So I'm mostly going with green and orange, and there's a little bit of pink and a little bit of yellow and some gold, of course, but the most, like, in black. I guess there's a lot of colors, but which is kind of what I'm talking about when I'm saying it's a little bit busy, and that's why I didn't want to add too much behind my photo and such. But it's little bits here and there, so then it doesn't seem so overpowering. So one of the things that came in the Project Life Kit was this sticker packet right here, and it has cute little phrases on it, and so I pulled some of the phrases from that and used them kind of as part of the design to just, it kind of emphasizes a little bit more of the story. One says heart, one says this, one says take your time, because in these photos she looks so mature, and when I posted them on Instagram and in Facebook, a lot of my friends that know her and have watched her grow up were like, oh my gosh, when did she turn 16? What kind of car is she driving? You know, those sorts of things. And so it just really was one of those photos that where she looked so grown up. And she is getting more grown up. She's doing more things around the house for herself, and like laying out, not just picking out her clothes, but laying them out before the night before, and setting an alarm, and I don't know, putting her clothes away for laundry, which is great. They're all wonderful things, but they're just also signs of her that she's growing up. And so I thought that fit really well. And then that heart says, write this story on your heart, because I thought it was just a nice sentiment about our day together. And then one of the other things is I just pulled, I'm going through the die cuts right now, as you can see, and I pulled a couple out that I thought, one was for my date, and then I wanted to add a couple little tabs over there on the right. And then that one that I'm putting right underneath the word slime is, it says Simply Fabulous. One of the things that you may or may not be able to tell in the video and in the pictures is that a lot of these elements have gold, like gold text in them, or a gold stripe or whatever, and it's just so hard to photograph. This layout was really hard to photograph because there were so many different gold elements on it, as well as a white background that had a teeny tiny pattern in it. And so it was hard to get pictures where you could see the pattern and see the gold. So the final product where you see the whole thing isn't the best at showing all of those things, but you can see them in the close-ups. So if you want to see that, you can see them a little bit better in the close-ups. So some of the hearts also have text on them, like love, this is everything, some of those sorts of things. And so now I'm just adding a few little finishing touches. I added a couple more little hearts and my journaling, and that's pretty much it. I add the date. I use a date stamp, and I put it underneath. There was a die cut that is just had some little, like an arrow to a line on it, and on the line I put the date, and then that's pretty much it. So I'm trying to put a couple of hearts that are kind of outliers. They're not completely in the line. I don't know. I just thought it looked good that way. But I wanted them to be small so they don't stand out too much. So that's what I keep going through, just like, did I get every heart that I wanted? Did I get every phrase that I wanted? So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to find that last phrase or two to finish it out. And that's it. I really enjoyed making this layout. It was fun to work with the sketch. I always like working with the sketches at Hip Kit Club and other sketches, but I really feel like there's some great, amazing people that are on the Hip Kit Club design team that make these sketches, and it's real fun to work with them. And it's a bit of a challenge sometimes too, because I do like to do my own thing, and so when you've got a sketch, it's nice to realize that you really just need to use it as inspiration and then whatever comes out of that. So anyway, so I really enjoyed making this one. It was a great story to record, and it was one of those things that I I made it probably 2 days after I took the picture or less, maybe even the same day. I know I printed the photos the same day because I knew that I was going to use these. She's wearing an orange shirt and the paper has a lot of orange in it, and I just thought it just was perfect. So there you have it. Here come the close-ups, and you'll be able to see in the first close-up, you'll be able to see that what that leatherette looks like up close, and what some of the little sentiments and hearts look like up close, and the background paper too, because you can't really see it. There it is. That's a good shot of what that paper looks like. So thanks a lot for checking out my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for your comments. I enjoy that. Enjoy reading them, and I try to reply to them as much as possible. So thanks, and see you in the next video.